We hope you will enjoy the video to its end. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment the video.
Top 6 Most Dangerous Birds in the World. Hi friends. In today's video we are going to take a world tour and see top 6 most dangerous birds in the world. For a great many people, birds would mean very colorful, timid, non-harmful and amazing creatures, which is all well and good. This is because most of birds are too little in size and weak in nature to cause any harm to others. Some of the most common amongst them are pigeon and sparrows, who have lived in harmony with humans since long. However, not all birds can be classified as shy and unharmful. Besides being small and weak in body, some of the species of birds are harmful and dangerous. Size and strength aren't the main weapons in the executioner bird's arsenal. Knife-sharp bills, crushingly strong paws, and even poison are on the rundown, also strength in numbers. Anyone who has been plunged besieged by distraught crows or seagulls will be aware of this. Fiction to the side, birds can be perilous, even deadly. We should not fail to remember they are the immediate relatives of the dinosaurs. Recorded beneath, we have really assembled a rundown featuring probably the most dangerous birds around the world. Number 1. Harpy Eagle. Otherwise called the flying killing machine, the harpy eagle is a neotropical species of eagle. It is also called the American harpy eagle to distinguish it from the Papuan eagle, which is sometimes known as the New Guinea harpy eagle or Papuan harpy eagle. In the rainforests of South America, scarcely any hunters are essentially as dreaded or successful as the harpy eagle. As the largest eagle in the America, it has a great wingspan of 6.5 feet. They are unafraid of chasing down prey as extensive as sloths and monkeys. It is the largest and most powerful raptors found throughout its range, 6, and among the largest extant species of eagles in the world. Be that as it may, size isn't the main benefit of these raptors, as for all intents and purposes, every little thing about them appears to have been advanced for transforming them into the ideal hunter. The claws of the harp eagle can stretch out to up to 6 inches, longer even than the typical paw of a cassowary, and their snare plan permits them to grasp and clutch weighty prey while traveling to their homes. Like most hawks, this species has particularly great visual perception. However, they likewise have little quills all over that assist with coordinating commotion into their ears and give them a more prominent feeling of directional hearing. Harp eagle don't represent a danger to people, yet people without a doubt represent a danger to them. Neither forceful nor timid, they will generally treat people detachedly, yet that makes them obvious objectives for trackers. Number 2. Great Horned Owl. Owls of numerous sorts have been known to go after individuals while shielding their young, their mates or their regions. Continuous targets incorporate clueless joggers and explorers. Frequently casualties escape without injury, and passings from owl assaults are incredibly interesting. Great horned owls are found across North America up to the northern tree line. Great horned owls usually gravitate towards secondary growth woodlands, swamps, orchards, and agricultural areas, but they are found in a wide variety of deciduous, coniferous or mixed forests. In some areas, such as the southern Appalachians, they prefer old-growth stands. Their home range usually includes some open habitat, such as fields, wetlands, pastures, or croplands, as well as forest. Great horned owls and barred owls, in particular, have received attention from high-profile attacks. In 2012, various individuals in a Seattle region park detailed being gone after by an extraordinary horned owl that plunged down from the trees. A comparative dipping assault happened in Salem, Oregon, in 2015 when an extraordinary horned owl over struck the scalp of a jogger, who ran and later got away. Great horned owls are powerful predators that often grow to more than 2 feet or 60 centimeters in length, with wingspans that often approach 200 centimeters or 80 inches. These owls, which are tracked down across the America, typically eat little rodents, and birds, however, have been known to cart away bigger prey. The grasping power of their claws can be pretty much areas of strength for as 500 psi, which is like the chomp of a huge gatekeeper canine, and consequently extraordinary enough to for all time deform, visually impaired, or kill. Great horned owls have the most different eating routine of all North American raptors. Their prey range in size from little rodents and scorpions to bunnies, skunks, geese, and raptors. They eat generally warm-blooded creatures and birds, particularly bunnies, rabbits, mice. They supplement their eating regimen with reptiles, bugs, fish, and spineless creatures. In spite of the fact that they are generally nighttime trackers, great horned owls at times chase without trying to hide. In the wake of detecting their prey from a roost, they seek after it on the wing over forest edges, knolls, wetlands, untamed water, or different living spaces. They might stroll along the ground to follow little prey around shrubberies or different obstructions. You should see the great horned owls in battle. Like most owl species, they too tend to concentrate mainly on the face and head when in battles with larger animals. Number 3. Ostrich. Ostriches are flightless birds tracked down just in open country in Africa. The largest living birds, adult males may be 2.75 meters or about 9 feet tall, almost half of that height being in the neck, and weigh more than 150 kilograms or 330 pounds. Ostriches are seen individually, in pairs, in small flocks, or in large aggregations, depending on the season. The ostrich relies on its strong legs, uniquely two-toed, with the main toe developed almost as a hoof, to escape its enemies, chiefly humans and the larger carnivores. A frightened ostrich can achieve a speed of 72.5 kilometers, 45 miles, per hour. If cornered, it can deliver dangerous kicks capable of killing lions and other large predators. Deaths from kicks and slashes are rare, with most attacks resulting from humans provoking the birds. Ostriches live mainly on vegetation but also take some animal food, mainly insects. They can go without water for long periods. One of the most intriguing ostrich assault stories included the American performer Johnny Cash, who kept an outlandish creature park with ostriches on his property. Cash experienced a forceful male ostrich a few times during his strolls in the forest in 1981. On one event, Cash waved a 6-foot stick and swung it at the bird, who evaded the swipe and cut at Cash with its foot. Cash noticed that the blow struck him in the stomach, and if not for a solid belt clasp, he said that the ostrich's toe paw would have cut his midsection open and killed him. The ostrich is the largest and heaviest living bird. As its species name, Camelus, suggests, the ostrich was once known as the camel bird because of its long neck, prominent eyes, and sweeping eyelashes, as well as its jolting walk. Also, like camels, the ostrich can tolerate high temperatures and go without water for long periods of time. The ostrich is the largest and heaviest living bird. As its species name, Camelus, suggests, the ostrich was once known as the camel bird because of its long neck, prominent eyes, and sweeping eyelashes, as well as its jolting walk. Also, like camels, the ostrich can tolerate high temperatures and go without water for long periods of time. As it is so heavy, this flightless bird that can never take to the skies, instead, it's built to run. Its long, thick, and powerful legs can cover great distances without much effort, and its feet have only 2 toes for greater speed. Dissimilar to most birds' quills, ostrich feathers are free, delicate, and smooth. They don't snare together the manner in which plumes of different birds do, giving ostriches a shaggy look. The quills can likewise get absorbed the downpour, in light of the fact that ostriches don't have the exceptional organ many birds need to waterproof their plumes while trimming. Grown-up male ostriches have striking, highly contrasting plumage, youthful birds, and grown-up females have grayish, earthy-colored feathers. Ostriches live in gatherings, which assists with guard. With their long necks and sharp vision, they can see for significant stretches, so in a gathering no less than one of them is probably going to see risk drawing closer. Ostriches here and there assemble in an enormous herd of at least 100. However, most runs are more modest, generally around 10 birds or simply a male and female pair. The gatherings have a food chain, with a predominant male that lays out and guards a domain, a prevailing female called the primary hen, and a few different females. Solitary guys may likewise travel every which way during reproducing season. In spite of the common misconception, ostriches don't hide from reality. At the point when an ostrich detects risk and can't take off, it lemon to the ground stays still, with its head and neck level on the ground before it. Since the head and neck are softly hued, they mix in with the shade of the dirt. From a good ways, it simply seems as though the ostrich has avoided reality, in light of the fact that the body is noticeable. Some ostrich eggs are lost to hyenas, jackals, and, surprisingly, Egyptian vultures, what tear open eggs by dropping stones on them. Yet, when a grown-up ostrich is compromised, it assaults with a ripped at foot that conveys a kick sufficiently strong to kill a lion. Number 4. Cassowary. Cassowaries are the only members of the family Cassuridae and belong to the order Cassuriformes, which also includes the emu. 3 species, considered by certain specialists 6, each with a few races, live in natural surroundings that range portions of Australia and New Guinea. The cassowary has been known to kill individuals with slicing blows of its feet, as the deepest of its 3 toes bears a long dagger-like nail. The bird has been noticed moving quickly along tight tracks in the hedge, running as quick as 50 km per hour. The body is black in adults and is brownish in immature birds. Its exposed blue head is safeguarded by a hard protective cap, or casque. The female lays 3 to 6 green eggs, every one of which is around 13 centimeters, 5 inches, long and weighs 650 grams, 23 ounces. The male hatches those for around 50 days in a verdant home on the ground and may give the greater part of the early consideration of the striped youthful. Cassowaries forage for fruits and small animals. Along with animals such as alligators and wild cats, cassowaries are listed as Class 2 wildlife in Florida, owing to the risk that they pose. This means an owner must satisfy a number of tests and acquire a special permit from the local authorities to legally keep them. Cassowaries are curious, and they do attack from time to time, but attacks on humans are relatively rare. Those goes after that really do happen predominantly include requesting food from individuals. Quite possibly the latest occurrence came in 2012, when a traveller in Queensland, Australia, was dismissed by a cassowary from an edge and into a waterway yet stayed safe in any case. Quite possibly the most renowned assault, and the only one known to bring about an affirmed passing, happened in 1926. One individual from a gathering of teenaged young men hunting cassowaries was killed after a cassowary jumped upon him while he was on the ground. The bird sliced the kid's jugular vein with its long toenail. Number 5. Lammergeier. Lammergeiers, which are likewise called bearded vultures, are huge eagle-like vultures of the Old World, family Accipitridae. These birds frequently grow to the lengths of more than 1 meter, 40 inches, with a wingspread of almost 3 meters, 10 feet. They occupy uneven locales from Central Asia and Eastern Africa to Spain. The bearded vulture shields colossal regions in which the pair feeds and breeds. A couple are probably not going to endure the presence of individuals of the species in their region. The region size is around 200 to 400 square kilometer, and hence the appropriation of the species is somewhat inadequate. They feast on carcass, particularly bones, which they drop from levels as perfect as 80 meters, 260 feet, onto level rocks beneath. This airs out the casualties' bones and permits the bird's admittance to the marrow. The acid concentration in the bearded vulture's stomach has been estimated to be of pH about 1. Large bones will be digested in about 24 hours, aided by slow mixing or churning of the stomach content. The high fat content of bone marrow makes the net energy value of bone almost as good as that of muscle, even if bone is less completely digested. A skeleton left on a mountain will dehydrate and become protected from bacterial degradation, and a bearded vulture can return to consume the remainder of a carcass even months after the soft parts have been consumed by other animals, larvae, and bacteria. Attacks on humans are either rare or even anecdotal. However, the Athenian dramatist Aeschylus is said to have died at Gela, on Sicily's south coast, when a lammergeier dropped a tortoise on his bald head after mistaking it for a stone. Although Aeschylus did die at Gela, experts believe that the story describing the strange cause of his death was fabricated by a later comic writer. Number 6. Australian magpie. Australian magpies are found wherever there is a combination of trees and adjacent open areas, including parks and playing fields. They are absent only from the densest forests and arid deserts. Australian magpies are common and conspicuous birds. Groups of up to 24 birds live year-round in territories that are actively defended by all group members. The group depends on this territory for its feeding, roosting, and nesting requirements. The Australian magpie, Gymnorhina tiburon, is a medium-sized black and white passerine bird native to Australia and southern New Guinea. The grown-up Australian magpie is a genuinely hearty bird going from 37 to 43 centimeters, 14.5 to 17 in long, with particular highly contrasting plumage, gold earthy-colored eyes, and a strong wedge mold somewhat blue-white and dark bill. The male and female are comparable apparently, and can be recognized by contrasts in back markings. The male has unadulterated white plumes on the rear of the head, and the female has white mixing to dim quills on the rear of the head. With its long legs, the Australian magpie strolls instead of waddles or jumps and invests a lot of energy in the ground. In August of 2021, a youngster in Brisbane, Australia was unfortunately killed by a diving assault from a magpie. Yet this purported plunging season is a typical event all through this and numerous other metropolitan regions in Australia. It's a disturbance that many have quite recently come to acknowledge as a component of their day-to-day routines. The whimsical flight examples of these birds, which can target arbitrary individuals, pets, and even hunters of the magpie, lead to large number of wounds consistently, and approximately 1 out of 5 individuals who live in magpie domain during the plunging season will encounter forceful way of behaving from these deadliest birds on earth. Yet, on the off chance that it's any little reassurance, the conduct isn't private or even essentially hostile. Diving season happens among July and November and agrees with the rearing season. This forceful dipping conduct is utilized by guys of the species and is planned to safeguard their homes during the period where their eggs are being laid and afterward when the little birds are being raised. Brisbane and different urban communities are handling the provoking errand of sorting out some way to ensure these birds stay safeguarded while likewise lessening the peril they posture to people.